I need to be getting a hard time.
Oh. Merry Christmas. Wrong crowd.
Hello, infidels.
Oh. I'm sick. Candle. So, what are you guys doing?
Nothing. Waiting for the Almighty One.
He's uncharacteristically silent.
Oh, sorry, I was muted. As usual.
Uncharacteristically silent.
Who said that? I'm giving.
I know. I had an echo.
I'm
Don't
taking
worry about it.
points off you.
No. I had an echo.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Well,
Weird sound.
I would like to say good day to both of you.
Yes.
Or good night to one of you.
No, it's 7 o'clock here. So
7 o'clock?
fine.
Okay, I got
1900. Be precise, yeah.
I got 11:07 a.m. on air. Today is what's the date? What's today? Today's Sunday.
Yeah. Sunday morning. Sunday morning to you.
Sunday morning. Well, yeah. Okay, so we got to look out for number one. Everybody wave hello. And we got Lauren G. Everybody wave hello. Hi, Lauren G. Well, you're muted, Lauren. Lauren, you're muted.
Oh, she's drinking.
Oh, sorry.
Muted it, yeah. Quincy was barking. There was a person dressed up as the Grinch walking down the road. So she was barking.
There was a person dressed up as a Grinch. Okay, so I don't know if the two of you have met.
Okay, wow, that's so racist. No, I don't think we've met.
Okay, no, well, I haven't seen her.
Okay, well, that's Oscar and Lauren and Oscar.
Hi.
Hello.
Oscar's from Northamptonshire, I believe. Yeah?
England would do.
Oh, he's from England somewhere. He's from this little village called England.
Yes.
It's a tiny place. Maybe you've heard of it.
It's yeah. They were too weak to resist the Romans. Unlike their Scottish neighbors to the north, it was strong. Kept the Romans out.
So strong that they had to use skirts.
No, sour grapes. Sour grapes. What happened in England today? Anything?
I don't know. I've been at home 2 weeks off and 1 more week off. Start on 3rd of January. So being totally lazy.
You go back to work on the 3rd of January?
Yes.
Nice.
Lauren, what about you?
Well, I don't have any time off, just for the holidays. I go to work tomorrow. I even went in. We had a big snowstorm on Tuesday, and I even went in then.
So just today, really?
Well, I don't. I just work Monday to Thursday.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
What's going on in right
hmm?
now?
What's what?
Paris. There was a riot happening in Paris
A riot happening in Paris? Oh
on
no.
Christmas Eve.
I
Did
don't
you
know.
hear about
Well,
that? No.
no, I haven't heard about it, but Oscar's right there. He can probably hear it out of his window. What's happening in Paris, Oscar?
I don't know. As I said, I've been busy doing nothing at home.
Okay.
Yeah, doing a couple of videos here and there, but apart from that, I've kept my ears well closed.
Good
I mean,
job.
the last thing I want is more hassle from not just because we got internal problems. There's too many freaking strikes. Yeah, we're talking about nationwide. Yeah, in the UK, right? And what happens across the border and things like that is okay. You know what I mean? So it's not that I don't care about what other people do, but I mean, I got bigger problem. We have got bigger problems. We got different strikes that affects different type of your well-being. It's got the post. It's got borders, and you know what I mean, all sorts of different strikes. It tends to happen during the Christmas period to create as much impact as possible, right? For parcels and this and that, and they are slightly effective like that. Yeah, and any
That's
other type of. Sorry.
That's opportunistic.
Indeed. I mean, I've been a union rep, trade union rep, and it is a good tactic to create. If you want something from your members, the best time is in the holiday period, especially well combined festivities like Christmas and things like that. Yeah, right. So those periods of time, especially when people are off, they expected traffic, some sort of traffic. Yeah, presents, deliveries or whatnot. And if you interrupt that, you hear it. I mean, it affects you. Right, so you have to go to your social media and say, "Hey, stop doing this or stop doing that." Yeah, but hey, everybody
but nobody
wants.
listens.
No, I mean, whatever. It's somebody wants more, which is fine. Yeah, but the problem is that if the employer succumbs to that by force, he would just raise their own prices, and it affects the consumer at the end of the day. So it's a vicious circle. Right. I mean, I'm not saying that I'm not saying that people are not entitled to get more. I'm not saying that whatsoever. What I'm saying is it's a vicious circle. Right. Government, without going into too much detail, right? If they give some sort of benefit, social benefit, they will use tax system to get it back. Right. And it's the same thing. We, the taxpayer, are the employers.
Yeah, but do you have a better system?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes,
let's hear it.
not better system. The perfect system.
Okay, well, let's hear it then.
Yeah. It's not mine. By any stretch of the imagination.
You're the one who's I'm hearing it from, so it doesn't really matter. It's an idea, right?
Right. The idea came from a person called Jack Fresco. Right, and he created a system whereby, without going into too much bullshit, it's like Star Trek, but on Earth. Right, there's no currency. Right, the system works by automation. Right, and the land or any type of resources do not belong to anybody, or belong to the human race. Yeah, it's no segregation. It's everybody is the owner of the planet, right? So you got specialized people that say, okay, where's the best place to have solar panels? For argument's sake, so you put that into the computer. It says, okay, where the planet is more hot, where there's more sunlight, which is the areas of Africa, for example. Did you know if you only put 10% of solar panels in Africa? Right, 10%, you got the whole energy for centuries. Free electricity. Listen to what I said. For centuries. Yeah, and that's not. We got solar farms in the UK, and it's almost cloudy. So you can imagine in an environment where there's no cloud, right? You know what I mean? It's 100% the energy you get from the sun. You get it.
But why
Right.
didn't you? Why don't they just take the Sahara Desert and just plaster it with solar panels?
Right. The problem is because nations. Sorry, most of the land belongs to nations, right? And we had to try to get rid of that, but that's impossible. Not in our lifetime, right? Because what we've been doing is using chapters here in the UK and different places, even in the United
I
States, there
know,
were
but
chapters.
your idea is great if there was a one big, huge, massive area. Like, for example, Australia.
Saying
Australia, Canada, those big
Not
huge
Canada. Not
places.
Canada, please. There's
even
no.
all places have to work with. Is it the Venus Project you're talking
Touche.
about, Oscar?
Touche.
What is
I
that?
met in person Jack Fresco. I mean, I'm looking at him equivalent of Albert Einstein, put it that way, right? The guy was a freaking genius, right? As a human being, I adore the man, right? Like tiny midget thing, right? Yeah, the poor old son, yeah, tiny one, right? But the brain of the whole fucking universe, he was only there for the betterment of everybody. Not for the Americans, not for any other nations, for the whole shebang, right? So he had a plot of land, I think it was in Florida. I'm not 100% sure. I've never been there,
Yeah.
right? That he tried to convert it and give a resemblance of what it could be like, yeah. And he's got what do you call it? Prototypes of sorts, miniatures, right? And he was thinking of making cities like imagine a spider web, right? So you have the central nucleus, which will be the internet-based place, right? The nucleus where the brain is, yeah. And then you got concentric circles of stuff, and then at the end it will be the what you call the agriculture, everything, or solar farms or whatever, right? And then the concentric circles to each one will be train, which will be electric, right? And then cross like that. So it's basically like a web, right? Like a spider web, right? That was the most efficient way. There's no freaking 90-degree corners, right? So you don't need to stop to turn or whatever, yeah. I think you're talking about, you're muted.
Who?
Lauren,
Lauren?
she's saying.
And Joshua came in. I'm talking to him about breakfast, and he wants me to print something out. Sorry.
That's fine.
You know what I had for breakfast?
But we, Josh and I looked into the Zeitgeist a long time ago, and they were talking about the Venus Project. And there's like a lot of different ways that you could actually structure and redo, government and community and stuff like that for it to work better, like a ton of different ones. Russell Brand's Revolution, he has a lot of great ideas, not his, but he pulls them from other societies. Mainly like Native American cultures, the way that they structure, they actually give a voice to a lot more people. But this is the thing that I found. So I think that we have to start doing these things. We can't just wait for it to be built. And I think that the Venus Project is a little bit too altruistic at this point. But I found this thing called the Freedom Cell, and it's just a kind of meaningful change powered by you. You just connect with people in your local community. A lot of people do them for different things. Some people that are parents will connect together and then hire a tutor so that they can not have their kids in public school. A lot of people will get together, and if I grow chicken, I'll sell it to you that has beef, and then kind of do it that way, and then a whole bunch of different things. So that's kind of what I'm working towards right now, is getting into
that is the beginning of the Venus Project. Fun enough, right? Because we cannot say let's change tomorrow, because it would be catastrophe, right? We have to get rid of what you're just saying is get rid of the monetary system. You have to get rid of that, right? Any society that has a value of something and I control the goods, we're screwed because my job is to rip you off,
How does
right?
property ownership work
It
in your?
doesn't.
It doesn't.
I said to you, like Star Trek, yeah, in Earth, basically nobody owns shit,
Well,
right?
in that case, your population has to be pretty low in order for everybody to be happy.
No,
Well, I think of it as something different. Not that you don't own everything, but almost that you do. Like, think of it as you own everything. Like, if you go back to like Native American cultures, they're stewards of the land. Nobody owns everything, but you own and take care of everything. That's the kind of philosophy I think that they're building towards. But I don't think it's going to be something that happens right away.
yeah, I mean, when I say not own it, I mean if you live in a property, it's not like I'm gonna go there and say go get lost because I want to live there. No, right? Second, imagine this. Imagine the culture of an astronaut going to Mars.
The culture of an astronaut going to Mars.
Okay, the mindset, right? The mindset. We're not gonna use we're not gonna use my mentality or your mentality or Laura's mentality right now to go to Mars because we're not trained to interact.
I'm ready right now to go to Mars.
Yeah,
yes.
You understand? We're not ready to be able to be altruistic and be able to get shit done. No,
wrong. I'm ready now.
Yeah, you're not ready now, my man. You're too freaking old. Almost close as me. But anyway.
Asshole.
Yeah, I know. No, seriously. This is about the young generation. The idea for them to go over into another planet or in another part of the world and start from zero, start from scratch, using technology and then using technology to gain the resources, but thinking that that's for everybody, right? Sure, it might be leadership and this and that, right? And responsibilities here and that, right? But if we go there, we have our mentality. Yeah, where's my money? Where's the, you know what I mean? And that's the problem. We are not fit for that purpose.
No.
Maybe our kids, maybe our next generation. Yeah.
What are we good for?
Sorry?
Then? What are we good for then?
Ranting. What do you think we are here?
As a human, as a species on a planet, what are we good for?
We are very, very, very good built to survive. Very good.
No.
Very good. Because the old brain here.
Apparently, cockroaches or something are better than us.
No. You know who is better? From Jay Gould, right? What he said in the last video that I made.
Yeah, I watched that.
Bacteria.
Bacteria, that's the one I was thinking of.
Yeah, right? Yeah. 3.5 billion years. Yeah. These piece of shit things have been living here, right? Having a wicked day. Yeah. Right? They don't need to change. They don't need to they adapt to difference in the environment from very cold to very hot. Yeah. Right? And we don't need to kill bacteria because we cannot see it. So they go under the radar. They are the specialized ninjas. Right? Yeah. They're so minute that it's nothing to do with us, right? But they live in the life.
They live their life in your gut.
They live in the life. They live in the dream. They live in the American dream. Planet Earth is the American dream. Oh, shit.
Talking about living the American dream, what do you think about Sam Bankman-Fried going from the biggest fucking fraudster con man in the history of the universe to living in a multi-million-dollar house in California as his punishment for now?
I don't know. Somebody has to educate me in what's happening because I'm got freaking clue what's happening.
I don't know anything about that. All I know is that they don't get
FTX
the same punishment as us, do they? The rich people never do. If they have billions amounts of money, then what is their punishment compared to?
There are two justice systems in the United States. One for those who have money and one for those who don't have money. Sam Bankman-Fried is one of those who does have money and connections. He gets to sit in jail instead of
He got like a first-class jet out of jail or
yeah,
something,
he
didn't
gets
he?
to
Like,
sit in his mother's home instead of sitting in jail for what he's done. I think that's obnoxious. What do you think? Do you think he's got connections that
If he's got the money, yes, for sure.
$250 million bail?
And he paid for it.
He made it. Well, his mother and
well,
father and some family people and others, whatever. I don't know. But yeah, he came up with it. That's $25 million. And I think $4 million was his parents' house. So somebody had to come up with $21 million.
If you got $4 million, $5 million house, you got a hell of a lot of income somewhere.
No, that's his parents' house. It's his parents'
It
house.
doesn't matter where it is. You know
I
what
agree,
mean?
I agree. But the thing
Even
is,
if he cries, even if he cries, "Mama,"
but
yeah,
yeah, I understand that. But my question is, firstly, look at what he's done. He's defrauded and stolen and deceived people out of billions of dollars. So there's a lot of people who are just destitute because he stole their money. He is a thief and a criminal and a despicable human being
I don't mind,
who should be sitting in jail until
how did he commit it? I mean, what? I mean, is it like
fraud?
but-
Yeah, he
yeah,
had
but-
a crypto fraud.
Oh, that shit. Yeah. Well,
Yeah, he had a currency, a cryptocurrency token, and he had a cryptocurrency trading business, and he and all the money that came in that people were investing, he used it for his own self.
I got a new crypto thing. It's called crypto hot air. It's a good currency. Hot air.
I got a whole bunch of those to sell you, actually.
I mean,
So anyway, he's landed up in unbearable circumstances at his parents' Palo Alto, California, $4 million house, to which, I might add, he is restricted.
is he restricted
He's
into his fucking
restricted
mansion?
to live in. Yes.
Yes.
Oh,
That
unless he has to go to the doctor or something, or the
You
lawyer.
know what? With a few million dollars, I think he's got a couple of doctors that is give house visits.
Perhaps. But what really was on my mind, and when I created this room, was Ukraine, Russia. I'm confused. There's many reasons not to like Russia, and there's just as many reasons not to like Ukraine. What do you think?
There's two ways to look at it: from the point of the abuser, and from the point of view of the weaker person or weaker society or country. Right? We know that Russia has been is the fucking bully here, right? And he's trying to eat some of the neighbors' land. Yeah, and then you can say, oh, because that's historic or this or that. Bollocks, right? When we came out of Africa, there were no jurisdiction, right? Right? If we're going to be that way.
If you say so.
Well, who was the owner when the Homo sapiens were roaming all the world? Nobody, right? There was no legislation or anything like that. You just go there and get some fish, go to the cave and do your thing or whatever, and procreate. That's it, right? But now we establish societies and say, okay, this land is mine. And then you go one or two leaders or whatever, and then you start bitching around between one country or the other, right? And the bigger fish will always eat the smaller fish.
Well, what bothers me is that when I see the Ukraine rah-rah vids, they always they pride themselves in being Cossacks. We're the Cossacks from the La region, or the Oblast, whatever they call
Okay.
them, Cossacks. Now, when I grew up as a young Jewish boy in deepest, darkest,
Recess of the world.
slimiest Africa,
Yes.
my history was that Cossacks were bad. Cossacks were the ones who came charging in on their horses into the Jewish ghettos, and killing and messing and just causing disruption, and the raping and the killing of the local Jews in the ghetto. So that's Cossacks to me. And now I'm seeing on TV that Cossacks is something that you're muted, Lauren. That Cossacks is something that. Oh, you're still muted. Oh, sorry. That Cossacks are something to be proud of, supportive of. So I'm really not really all that sure. And another thing that's been bothering me is that I've been following 1, 2, 3 pro-Russian commentary. One is RT, which is for sure just the Russian government, but the others are American expats, or American or Western, I should say, Russia followers, Putin followers. So I don't understand why are there two sides of followers when supposedly one is really bad and one's angelic. And I've never quite understood how the Russians actually support or validate or justify their position, because most of what I hear from everybody who supports Russia, and I heard this from when I have a friend in Serbia, and she phoned me the other day, or a couple of weeks back, and it was like first thing in the morning. Anyway, we're talking about Russia, the war, and she said to me something very interesting. I said, I really think Russia's a terrorist state for just charging in and waging war, blah, blah, blah. And she said to me something very interesting. She says, Ukraine is a created state. But what the hell does that mean? Ukraine's a created state. It seems to mean that because Ukraine is a created state, it's not real and doesn't deserve to be there, and Russia's quite within her rights to attack and dispose and take over Ukraine.
All states in any way, shape, or form have been created, right? They always start from
Exactly. But when she said Ukraine is a created state, so it doesn't count?
What I think that person was saying is created by Russia. That's what I'm thinking, right? But without any further information.
But so what?
Right? Meaning that they own it. Meaning they own it.
What's that, Lauren?
On the news channels, the alternative news channels that I watch, there's a lot of shit, bad talk. Like there's a lot of bad stuff that goes on in Ukraine, and a lot of apparently justifications and.
Exactly.
Yeah,
I can't get the right story.
Yeah.
So,
well, I don't think there is a right story, right? There's what did they always say? There's one side, there's the other side, and then there's the truth.
Yeah.
And it's all, I don't know, it's all made up and working for purposes that are not for the common people. Theirs is just for the billionaires waging their little wars against each other.
Simple. Do you think that the farmer is thinking of making war to another country? I mean, think about that for a second.
No.
Right? That's absurd, right? So somebody upstairs is the one moving the fucking mannequins, right?
And creating the narratives. Like,
let's fight.
Tell us Russia good, bad, Ukraine good. making us put up all of it's very very propaganda-ish.
Mm-hmm.
That definitely makes me question what the truth is behind it, because especially everybody having to put up the flags and change their profile pictures and do all that altruistic garbage, which what we know is that amounts to nothing except, and they're giving how much money to Ukraine right now?
Oh, the American budget was 1.7 trillion, and out of that 1.7 trillion, I think 45 billion was going to Ukraine.
Yeah.
That's
Wow.
that's what, an eighth or something.
That's interesting.
Was 40
But,
billion?
I'm gonna have to leave you guys. I gotta make breakfast. It's gonna start my day.
All right. Well, I really appreciate you popping in, and I hope you do this on a daily basis, my dear.
Well, thank you. I enjoyed the stimulating conversation and enjoyed a cup of tea with you guys.
Well, it does get better.
It was good. I love it.
All right. Well, we'll see you again, and have a wonderful the rest of the day. And I love you.
Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. Have a wonderful day, guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye. That was my lovely daughter, by the way.
Was your daughter?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Now you know. Now you know. I feel
was
so.
wondering why this lovely lady was taking your shit.
Let me tell you something. She knows me better. She knows me better than anyone on this planet.
Oh, sure.
No, she's awesome. I love her. So what I was doing early, when talking about more Ukrainian stuff, is I was looking into as a Jew, what has Ukraine ever done for the Jews? Because that's a good place to start for a Jew when you don't know what's going on. What have they done for the Jews? And it seems like Ukraine has not been very nice to the Jews whatsoever. In fact, they hate the Jews. I believe, even until this day, it's endemic within them. So, supporting Ukraine, I don't think is something I'm, a huge. I'm very, very. It's not something that I'm really behind that much, because I just don't trust anyone, any organization to be telling the truth, especially when there's underlying reasons to not believe everything, especially historical. And I'm focusing on the historical.
One thing you said about Jewish, what the Ukrainians have done for the Jews. I don't know how to slot that in a coherent manner, because
easy. What if?
No, hold on. Let me. The reason being is because if we're talking about a Jewish citizen of the Ukraine, then it will have to be as a citizen. Yeah, and I'm sorry to repeat that, but I mean, I don't. If I go to America to America to live and I become American, I'm not going to think about how are they going to think about the British Americans. You know what I mean? Because I'm already a citizen over there, so I have equal rights as the rest of the citizens of that country, right? Once I'm part of that system, right? I'm not looking at it as a small demographic or a type of race or type of anything else for that matter, right? So that's why I'm thinking it's a little bit not dangerous, a little bit difficult to put the approach across when you focus on a race, right? By saying the Jews this, the Jews that. Why don't you say the Jewish citizens of there? What has the president? It's not even Ukraine. It's the leaders of Ukraine. What are the policies? I don't think this is a policy for Jews. If that makes any sense. right? Because otherwise they would be discriminating. The country would be discriminated against a particular race of people. That's like saying, okay, we got one for Jewish, one for Christians, one for blacks, one for yellows, one for pinks, one for gays, right? It's like the same thing. What is, for example, I'm going to say the second, I'm going to say this. It's like the same sentence that you said, but with the gay community. So, what is the Ukraine doing to the LGBTQ community in Ukraine? You know what I mean? It doesn't hold weight per se, right? Unless they say, okay, we got a set of rules for these people, these people, these people, these people. But at the end of the day, is it for these people outside of the country or inside the country? Otherwise, you have to be inside the country.
You've lost me. You've totally lost me.
Right, because you said it Jews.
That's
is
right.
It,
why
is it a
did
citizen?
Why did you go away from the Jews when I said specifically the Jews? Why did you start talking about the gays when I said the Jews? Why did you start talking about citizens or whatever when I said Jews?
Because when you mentioned the country Ukraine.
Yes.
Right, and then the Jews.
Yes, Jews of Ukraine, obviously.
The Jews, so that's citizens.
No, okay, whatever. Jews in Ukraine doesn't matter.
Either because otherwise you have to make a certain specifications or behavior or doctrines or rules or laws for the Jews in Ukrainian. Do you understand what I mean? Why not?
Why?
Because you are mentioning Jews, you're not mentioning the whole people of the country. Yeah.
Because there's a history of Ukraine and Jews. There's not a history of Ukraine and gays, going back fucking centuries.
Right. So
why bring up the gay people? Fuck them. Fuck the gay people.
Because I was mentioning different races, different culture, different belief system, or whatever.
Gay people are not a race, and Jewish people are not
a
race.
I know. So. Different belief systems.
I grant you that the gay is a culture. I grant you that, and to a certain extent, I grant you that Jew is a culture. Yes, that's not a race.
No, okay. So I did not mean it as a race. Sorry, my bad. What I'm saying is a particular view, right, about a behavior between one set of people, right, towards a country. If you don't like the way, even if you justify it, I don't want to have nothing to do with that country, period. You're asking for trouble for a Jew to go to Nazi Germany, right? Do you understand? It's a conflict. So I would stay well away. If I'm a Jew, I would stay well away from that, right? If I can. What?
I said to you, I'm still getting over the flu, so excuse me. But
yes.
I said to you, historically, and I've got, if you look at the screen, I've got an article that I'm going to get to start delving into the historical Ukraine-Jewish relationship. So here
from the 9th century to 13th century, right? So they're being what? 9, 10, 11, 12, 400 years, right?
Well, we haven't. I haven't read it.
No, I'm just reading the second line.
I understand you are, but everybody. This is for everybody, not just us.
Sure. No, I was.
We've got 20,000 people watching us right now.
Yeah, right.
No
pressure.
Okay, we've got 0 people watching us right now. So this is for you. 0.
We talk bullshit probably. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'll tell you what. Before we carry on, let me just show you of the articles that I actually have up here. I've got history of the Jews in Ukraine. Then I've got anti-Semitism in Ukraine. And I have an idea this is a duplicate. Oh, and then history of the Jews in Kiev, which is just the capital of Ukraine. Okay. So I think there's a lot of history to unpack today, if we want to go there. We don't have to, because we could always go to what else is in the title of this show today. It's Shanny. You know this chick Shanny. We can go.
Unless Shani is a Jew,
No,
you got Kate.
no. The title is Russia Ukraine. There's one topic to talk about, and then there's this Christian mother, this crazy Christian mother, screaming and swearing and threatening her 11-year-old autistic son. I was planning on doing them all. Not necessarily all, maybe taking breaks, but well, what do you want to start with? Or something else?
No, you're the director of the show.
All right, you want to start with some lip reading?
Yeah, you do your thing.
Okay. No, we're going to all do some lip reading.
But you're wrong, right?
I'm wrong about the lip reading?
I don't know. Just making it up.
No, I might be wrong, but this is the whole idea about lip reading. It's for both of us. We see who can lip read better. Okay, so basically what happened here is Shanny was streaming, and her son came into the room, and she muted and pretty much started yelling and screaming and threatening and swearing at her son on mute, but we could see it, so you could lip read it.
Right.
And it was never ever disseminated because there's no audio. But what I did was I lip read it, and then I transcribed what I lip read into text.
Okay.
So before we do anything, before we have any text, let's just lip read if we can.
Are you doing this in Google so I cannot see it? Okay. No worry, I can see it.
Did you not?
No, in your stream here, no. I can only see the history of the Jews in Ukraine. But doesn't matter. I go to the YouTube one.
No. I'm obviously not sharing. There you go. You should see it now.
Right. Yes.
All right. So lip read this, okay? I've done this several times in a couple of different speeds. So, yeah, you ready?
Yep. Shut the fuck up.
Okay.
Fucking prunk. Fucking something.
You fucking brat. Okay, I'm gonna translate it as I see it, and tell me if you follow along, if I'm right or wrong.
Yeah, go on.
Zachary, no, hold on. Zachary, if you don't shut the fuck up.
No, put it in real time. Or if you know the text, if you know what she's saying, say real time.
It's coming. It's coming in real time. But I just wanted to. This is for everybody. Okay. Zachary, if you don't shut the fuck up, I'm going to punch you in your fucking face and shatter it if you won't shut up. Oh, you won't shut the fuck up, you fucking brat. Okay, that's one speed. Let's try a different speed. Zach, if you don't shut the fuck up, I'm gonna punch you in your fucking face.
No, you're going faster than
you're going
faster than what she's talking about.
You fucking... Oh, if you don't shut up, you fucking brat. I've got a couple more. It's annoying, but I just want to get to the bottom of this. Zachary, if you don't shut the fuck up, I'm going to punch you in your face and shatter it. If you won't shut the fuck up, you fucking brat.
Look at the face of anger.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, at the end,
Mm-hmm.
a real hatred, a real psychological.
Oh, here it is in real time. Zachary, if you don't shut the fuck up, I'm going to punch you in your fucking face and shatter it if you don't shut the fuck up, you fucking brat.
Yeah.
And there's the face. Look at the face. Look at the face. Look. There.
Why do you make a composition of that?
Composition of what?
Of the voice.
Of the... Oh, all right. Well, I'll tell you what. I'll tell you
no,
what.
seriously. And then put it on a... What's that? Oh, shit. It's one... You know what? Put that on a short.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah? On a YouTube short.
Mm-hmm.
Put the fucking thing like that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, no. Make it a little bit easy. Make it in voice and put it the text underneath it, right? For the people who, for the deaf people, for example, they can hear they can see the mouth, right? And they may be able to pick it up. But also for the people, but you can put the text underneath it. That would be wicked.
I've got that. I'll show you. Hold on. Hold on a sec. Can you hear a cat? What do I do with it? Ah, there we go. No, that's not it. What did I call it? Just hold on a second, okay? Ah, there it is, I think. No. There it is. No. Yeah. I think it's this one.
Read her lips.
That's not it. Hold on a minute. I made a video and I can't find it. Oh. I know why. Shit. Hold on. You know why? Because I'm looking in the wrong bloody place. That's why.
Under pressure.
Under pressure, no shit, eh? I found it. All right, here it is.
Check this.
Whoa.
What about the video where Shanny tells her son to shut, or I'll punch you in the... Well, you got to be able to prove she said
Did
that.
I say that? Shut up or I'll
You gotta
punch
prove
you
that
in
she
the
said it.
face. I would actually say that.
Where's the proof she said it? Send me
Like,
a
why
video
would I say that?
with audio.
I try to focus on the good thing.
Zachary, if you don't shut the fuck up, I'm going to punch you in your fucking face and shatter it. If you won't shut the fuck up, you fucking brat.
Or her thing.
Shut the fuck up or I'll punch you in the face. I said that to my son, really? That is not something I would never say.
I try to focus on the good thing.
Zachary, if you don't shut the fuck up, I'm going to punch you in your fucking face and shatter it. If you won't shut the fuck up, you fucking brat.
Or I was joking and I was like, I could see me saying something like that, joking to Zachary, like, shut up, Zachary, or I'll punch you in the face.
The app I
and
gotta
he'll laugh.
download, but
I try to focus on the good thing.
Zachary, if you don't shut the fuck up, I'm going to punch you in your fucking face and shatter it. If you won't shut the fuck up, you fucking brat.
I could
there's
see
another
saying
app that I
something
can
like
use.
that, and it, would you twist that?
Yes, they would.
What do you think of that?
Nice.
Yeah. Oops.
Nice.
So, I mean, is that what you're talking about?
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, but not put that idiot G-Man. But yeah, it gets the point across.
Well, the reason I put G-Man was because he said he wanted to see audio. He wanted audio. Well, he got audio. What I don't understand is how come no one is jumping on this? How come no one is, throwing this at Shanny and saying, you know what, Shanny, you're a fucking cunt. You're a child abuser. You never wanted your kids in the first place. You're much happier here without them, being a big fat hippopotamus sitting around and eating all the little tidbits that people throw at you.
And not sharing it with their so-called fucking husband.
Her husband was there when she said this.
No. Sharing the bits and pieces of food.
Oh, yeah, that too. That's funny. Ah, shit. So, so that was what I wanted to concentrate on today. With options for anything else, if anybody brings it to the table.
That Shanny that has moved to the Jason's uncle house.
Yeah. They're sitting there, and if you watch their streams, people are throwing money at them to watch them perform. Basically, what's happening.
But yeah, sure. I agree 100%. But I've noticed an additional thing that I was made aware of, right? Because 90%, well, not 90%, but probably even more, 99% of the time, it was always her in her fucking lovely couch, right? With all that fucking splendor going sideways, right? But a couple of days ago, I saw a YouTube video from another person, Drater, right, whereby she is moving her laptop to one side, and she's recording, or she's showing Jason sitting on another sofa. These two pieces of shit are sleeping, are doing the live in two sofas.
Really?
Right? Yes. Yesterday's Drater's video about the Christmas whatever, right? So he showed a video where she actually swivel the laptop, so the camera can point at him, and he was lying fucking down on the other couch. They had two couches made on an L shape, right? And probably some table in the middle, in the center, right? And she just swiveled it. I go, okay, these two motherfuckers don't want to use the bedroom because whatever happens in the bedroom is harder to fix. Yeah, it's probably easier to replace a sofa because she's got she pisses herself, right? yeah, and it could be it could easily be. It's easier to wash a cushion than the whole bed or the whole mattress or whatever, right?
All right.
Yeah, you fuck if if somebody pisses in a bed, you got big problem, right? You cannot get that odor out, right? But you take the pillow, well, not the pillow, the seat cushion onto the bathroom or whatever shower, and you may be able to do something about that.
Right.
Right. Well, you could have put the fucking mattress, do the exactly same thing as what you could do it with a cushion. Right. So that's basically what. So that got me. I go, fucking hell, these fucking two lazy bums are sacrificing sleeping on a bed.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think she can. I don't think that the bed could hold her, in my honest opinion. Right? She's probably sleeping on the couch because she actually hold on. I stand corrected. I saw that it got 2 flights. Right.
Okay.
So 2 stairs. Right. So I think the bedroom is upstairs and she cannot handle go up and down. Right.
Oh.
So I think she has opted to make it like if the equivalent of 1-story house. Yeah, have everything downstairs. Yeah, the main door, pizza, this, that, whatever. Go for a toilet. If she doesn't reach, she pisses in the sofa, and that has been brought up by her.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that she cannot hold her own fucking piss because she's sick. That's.
Well, tell you what, I've got something lined up. You look at the screen. It's called Shanny. I want to go just get some more coffee, so I'm going to start this in the meantime. If you don't mind. There we go. I'll be back in a minute.
Hi, I'm driving right now, but let me just say, I will never, ever, 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 and I mean ever, talk to atheists again. You guys, whoever did that, and you know exactly who you are, you piece of fucking shit. Whoever did that, and you know what I'm talking about, you will reap the entire wrath of God upon you at this moment. Let me just say, I will never talk to you atheists again, because you did things to G-Man. That was affecting his livelihood, and now you're going to come after my livelihood? Let me just say something. My children are very well protected and taken care of. Okay?
Bullshit.
Your little calls about my children,
Oh, what?
You will face the wrath of God for this. His vengeance is upon you. My blood is screaming out for your vengeance right now. Let me just tell you that.
You know who's the
I
wrath?
don't have to do a thing. I'll just let karma go and sweep you away.
The wrath.
I'm tired of you atheists. You guys get me upset. You make me cry on camera. All the time.
I'll just stop that for a second.
Yeah, what?
You know, she's saying the wrath of God, the wrath of God. Or guess what, bitch? You got the wrath of the CPN.
Right.
The wrath of the CPF took your 2 children.
CPS. That's right.
Yeah. Child protection.
It's not. I don't think that CPS even took them. I think she gave them to her. Please take
No.
kids. They're a burden on me.
No, I don't think. No, it doesn't work like that. I mean, you don't give your kids to child protective services just like that. Yeah, I mean, no.
Right,
Every citizen has got the right to care.
You heard and saw the way she spoke to her autistic 11-year. I mean, no 11-year-old should have to hear that from his mother, autistic or not. That is that crosses the line, in my opinion.
Sure. No. I agree. Yeah. She should not be able to. I was going to say something nasty. Yeah, fuck it. That piece of shit woman should not have kids.
Yeah, listen to this.
Right?
Listen to her rant against atheists. Stupid cunt.
There are going to be punished by me. Punished. You will never speak to me again. You will never hear a word from me again.
No.
I will not talk to you guys no more because it's so wrong. It's so wrong to go into someone's personal life and try to attack it and destroy it. I'm trying to put my life together here, people. I'm trying to put my life together. And just because I vent sometimes, just because I vent on camera, does not validate you to get in the middle of my business. Let me just tell you, just because I say some things that are personally about me at the time, does not mean you have a reason to get into my business. Consider all comments off. Consider everything about my personal life completely off ground. You will know nothing about me other than the Bible and Yeshua HaMashiach. Because you have affected my personal life to the very worst right now. To the very worst. And really, I don't want to deal with this anymore. I don't want to deal with your antics. I don't want to deal with your lies. Okay? I don't want to deal. And by the way, when those two people showed up at my house today, they saw nothing to validate over what your lies were about me. Nothing. So, continue on with your lies and continue trying to persecute Christians all you want. I have Yeshua HaMashiach as my Lord and Savior, and He's going to continue to take care of me. He ain't going to be taking care of you guys. He's going to be taking care of me and my family and my livelihood. But the person who made that...
How entitled does someone have to be to make a statement like that? That the only Lord God of the whole universe is going to be taking care of me, not you, me. Yeah.
Even if she's a bad mother, or we say that she's a bad mother, the way she addresses the kid, in her point of view, it's okay, right? And because we say, no, you're a bad mother, we be gonna be cast by God. Bitch,
God? Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Prove your God first, because otherwise you are talking to yourself. You're talking to the air.
That call, the person who made that call, let me just tell you something, sweetheart. Let me just tell you something. Because of this, every atheist is going to be grounded. No more conversations with me or nothing, because I'm not going to go through this over and over and over again. This is the 10th time someone made a phone call about me. That's not true.
Hold on for a second. Right. I'm going to say this to you, but I'm saying it to Shanny, to that piece of shit.
Okay.
I'm an atheist. I hate your fucking life, right? But I don't have your fucking number, bitch. Right? How the fuck should I call CPS when I am in the United Kingdom, for example? Right? But guess what? Who may have your telephone number than none other than possibly G-Man? Right? And he's the fucking Christian. Right? Why would we? How would we, as an atheist, that you keep your shit private, which is fine, right? But you got a big fucking mouth, like Daft Dawkins, you talk a lot of fucking bullshit, right? And you treat G-Man like if he was your fucking brother. Yeah, but when you two get pissed off or whatever, I'm not really surprised whatsoever that he was the one making the phone calls to the CPS to get your fucking kids out of your fucking way. Yeah, that would have been the most Christian thing to do. Funny enough, right? To take those two kids out of your sight, right? Because look what karma has done to us. Yeah, by looking at your fucking face on the right hand side of the picture, what Sydney has put. That is you right now, or a couple of years, whatever.
No, that's right,
that is recent. That's recent,
Yeah.
Right? Compare that face with your fucking ugly face in the past, right? The one on the right is far worse. So who is worse off at the end of the day? Sydney, I or you, bitch?
Mm-hmm.
You are the one fucked up. Yeah, you are the one with the ugly fucking face. Yeah, with no money. Yeah, I had a lovely Christmas. Have you? You know what I mean? Right? So what goes around comes around, bitch. Right? Don't call atheists the bad people when you are the one inflicting the damage on your kids, not I, not us. Yeah, it could be your next neighbor Christian. Think about that. Who has got your number? Right?
Mm-hmm.
And if somebody's got your number, it could be donated to you or whatever. I don't think it's a Christian. Sorry, I don't think it's an atheist. An atheist would not be that fucking stupid to give you money or food, right? And I don't think he will do the even more worse than calling CPS on you. First of all, that's a local person. I cannot do it. Yeah. Second, they have to know where the fuck you live. Right? So telephone number and address. Those two things alone are extremely private. Yeah. And if you are stupid enough to give those two pieces of information to the same person, it is on you, bitch. It is on you. So shut the fuck up. Yeah. Karma is a bitch, and you are the bitch. Anyway, carry on.
Should carry on?
Yeah.
Okay.
The 10th call, and they keep showing up at my house. They keep showing up at my house. They won't leave me alone, and I'm stuck in this freaking state even longer than I want to be anymore. I am so tired of this state. I am so tired of what you guys do on the internet. What you guys, when you affect someone's livelihood, when you take it from just a YouTube thing to affecting someone's personal life, there is a problem there. There is a huge problem there. So I want to thank these people who are trying to ruin my life, and not only ruin my life, but my children's life, and destroy them as people. So thank them that you guys will never hear from me again. Thank them, because they
Hold there for a second. I'm listening. Sorry, I'm not listening. I'm looking at the chat.
Yeah.
So the lady Donna Murphy, that's fine. Who called? Right. It came out of my mind. I could be G-Man, right? But Donna is right. Instead of being a Christian, if this kid goes to school, which is she's in the right path, right? And they arrive at the school all fucked up, not cleaned, you know what I mean, smelling like pigs and whatnot, you know, full of piss or whatnot, because she doesn't give a shit about the kids anyway. So it would be a stand to reason as well that the teachers or a neighbor parent taking the kids that they know about it. Oh, is that Shani's kid? Oh, man, that's let me call CPS on them. Yeah. So what I was trying to say is that only the people who got her address and telephone number will call, right? And those are the people around her life that she has willingly given the information, right? So it is no, it's not. Yeah, it is her. No, it's not her fault for giving the details, because you have to give it to the schools or whatnot. It is her fault for her mistreatment to the kids, right? And anything that happens after that is her fucking fault, right? So yeah, I could stand corrected that to Donna, right? That it may or may not be G-Man. That I give that, right? Neighbors, I don't know, maybe, right? But I mean, listen, even if we entertain, even if we entertain, okay, let's get the school kids, the school people out of the way. If it was the neighbors, that's worse, because that means that they constantly see the kids in and out. For example, playing with the other neighbors' kids. Can you imagine, mommy? Zachariah, he smells like shit, or he this, you know what I mean, or he's beating up, or whatever, right? Yeah. So the mother or the parents concerned from the other side would say, "Really? Let me have a look." Yeah. So yes, that is a strong possibility that it could be neighbors, right, or people close to them, nearby them. Yeah, neighbors, right? But it cannot be, or it's extremely unlikely that it's either me or you. It is extremely unlikely, right? So what she's doing, or what she's saying about us, is totally wrong. That's it. It's totally wrong. Yeah, she's got no case to answer against us. Yeah, it's all her own fucking fault for the mistreatment, and that's it. And she gets what she deserves.
Absolutely.
I think she got it lightly,
Nope.
in my opinion.
Nope.
Very likely.
No. You guys are wrong. You guys are going to be rebuked heavily by the Lord Jesus Christ. And I will bring on Jesus more than you guys have ever imagined. Do you really want to push a Christian to their limit?
Oh, yeah.
Well, you just did, and frankly, the rebuking of the Lord is stronger. And I do mean stronger than any word that can come out of my mouth. To come out of my mouth. John 8:44, rebuke. Thank you. I have rebukes in my Bible where I can go directly to them, written down.
Lucky girl.
Let's see what John 8:44 says. You want to be rebuked? I'll give you Jesus to rebuke you. How about that? Whoever made that phone call, that beautiful phone call, because you just don't want to leave my life alone. Well, what is it? This is what Jesus says. That's what Jesus Christ said. You want to ruin my livelihood? You want to go after people's jobs like G-Man? You want to go after my children like you pieces of shit do? Go ahead. Keep at it. But you will not hear about me or my life ever again because of this. The Lord rebuke you. The Lord rebuke you in the name of Jesus Christ.
In the name of Jesus Christ.
You guys are wrong. You guys are wrong. You're vicious. You're horrible people. And I'm tired of it. I am tired of having people show up my house that should not be shown up at my house. Because of your lies. Because of your slander. So, the person who knows what they did, you'll know what you did, and you're going to be punished greatly by me and by God himself.
That's fucking stupid.
So,
that's fucking
have
totally
fun.
retarded. It's totally retarded. The person who made the call, you know what you did. Of course you fucking did, you stupid bitch. Right? That's totally fucking retarded. Yeah?
Man, that's dumb.
I mean, seriously. I mean, oh, by the way, another thing.
What?
This John character that this bitch is quoting, right?
Yeah.
Apparently, I don't know. Let's call it the characters of the Bible. This character on the Bible,
Yeah.
guess what? Guess what? He was a fisherman. right? And at those days, I don't think a fisherman could read or write, and never mind fucking do that type of literature.
I don't think
right?
fishermen today can read and write.
No, don't push it. No, that's a bit low, right? But I mean,
sorry, fishermen.
Yeah, exactly. Think about those times over there. Yeah, the guy, the only skill set was throwing the net, right? That's it, right? And dragging it out, right? It takes fucking years for a scribe to learn how to read and write properly, right? Skillfully, right? And you talking about this guy, especially that in the New Testament, the New Testament, the NT was originally written in Greek, right? There's no proof whatsoever that you got any originals from John, as far as I'm aware.
Yeah, there's none. There's nothing from like before the year 300 or whatever.
Correct. Yeah. I was actually being really fucking sarcastic about this, right? P52 is the one that get it close, and guess what? P52 is sides. But it's got both sides. That means it's written either side. And on those days, papyruses were not written in both sides. Let's start with that, okay? Yeah. Right? So, lady, again, you're talking out of your ass, quoting something that somebody else wrote 350 years ago. Oh, sorry, after the fact. Yeah? And even, it may not be true. Right? But even if it is true, how can somebody 350 years later know about some shit that happened in the past without any physical recollection? What are you gonna do? Word of mouth? Are you gonna fucking call telephone? Yeah? Are you gonna look at the internet? No, you understand what I mean? I'm being silly, right? But how the fuck are you gonna get the information at that time? It was word of mouth, simple storytelling. Right, and people telling two stories in two events, it will change. It may be at 7 o'clock. The other person will say 7:30. Yeah, and they say so many times 7:30. They don't know which one it is, 7:30 in the night or 7:30 in the morning. Right, and silly things like that. Yeah, and then there will people say no, it happened on dawn. I know it happened on earlier. It happened either dawn or dusk. Now we are 12 hours away from the different place. What I'm trying to say here is in a small amount of time, even in one generation, right? The story, first of all, from Judea to fucking Greece, right? To get the story, how many people? What's the transition? It's called tweening. How many pieces of information it got there verbally? By word of mouth, before somebody got it. Right. So it is absolutely fucking bollocks, right? That you are quoting something from the New King James Bible, right? Which was a translation of a translation of a translation, right? Never mind that you taking that as actual, right? That shows your naivety, your gullibility, your ignorance, your lack of knowledge about history, how shit was recorded before, right? Even the Native American Indians, right? They were sitting around the fire, and the old man was giving stories the way he thought. That might not be the case. He might use embellishment. He might invent stories to corroborate his own story, right? And that's the Native American people, right? And their culture are more rich than fucking people in the Middle East, where they specialize on prehistoric myth, repeated myth, right? That's the sad part of it. Yeah, you fucking Christians cannot even be original, that you have to steal from the Jews. That's the sad part of it, right? I would respect your Christianity if you think no, you cannot steal from somebody else and call it your own, right? That's close to plagiarism as you can get, right? Guess what, John? If the geezer was real, let's entertain it. He was a fucking Jew, right? He was writing his shit as a Jew. So you saying that Jew are you are the Christian now, right? Why are you touching the story of a Jew and making it your own? Christ this, Christ that. Even Christ, even if the geese existed, he's still a Jew. Yeah, was born a Jew. He probably got his dick cut off, right? As a Jew, as a proper Jew, right? He was raised as a Jew. He went to a fucking mosque. What do they call it? No, mosque. Temple. So my apologies. A temple. I stand corrected. Temple. Probably many times he went to a temple. He knew his shit. And then he says, I'm the main man.
Except for one problem.
Go on.
You're talking about Jesus.
Yes.
Jesus is a myth.
I know. I'm saying if you take it as it could have been a Che Guevara, a Robin Hood, right? A character that people wanted to portray as true. Yeah.
It must have been. Must have been.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter because I can take it that a human being did that.
All right.
You can call you can call Jesus any Jew, minus the myth.
Okay.
Minus myth, right?
Uh-huh.
Sydney could be a Jesus equivalent in a human form. He knows the lingos, you know what I mean? He knows Jesus Christ, hi Jesus, right? Minus the bullshit allegories and all that kind of bollocks, right? Any Jew could be Jesus, right? But when you kill a Jew, thinking that he is the son of the main man, that's a beer. That's imagination, right? You have to put your feet in the ground and leave the real world. Unless you can prove that bullshit is right. If you cannot prove it, sorry, I don't take you seriously. I would use you as entertainment purposes, which is this is what's happening in this event. Carry on, my man. I'm talking too fucking much.
No problem at
all. Not seeing. Well, you'll see my face, but it's going to be straight scripture. It's going to be straight, hard scripture. You won't know nothing about me.
Age well.
That's your fault. Remember that. Don't go after Christians. Stop persecuting them. There has to be a law. There has to be some kind of law to protect people who are under faith and how they express themselves under the internet. I am no harm to my children. I am no harm to myself. I am no harm to anyone. You guys are, because you are trying to upheave someone in their life and destroy their life, and it's wrong. It's wrong. It's wrong. So, you're done. You're done. You're going to listen to nothing but scripture from me. Good luck, ever hearing about my life again. You ruined it. You ruined it, people. You ruined it because you want to get personal with me. Sorry. You're gone.
Did we ruin it?
Have a nice day.
Or our right to listen to her. You know what I mean? It sounded like in two ways she said that.
I'm not quite sure if she really ever knows what she's talking about.
But that's true. That's true.
To be honest with you.
That's true. She's full of nonsense anyway. So
she's full of shit.
Well, and there is that as well. Yeah.
So I noticed that there were people in the chat who I haven't acknowledged. Donna, I haven't acknowledged. She mentioned me, but let me go to the top. Okay, I'd like to welcome Lookout for Number 1, welcome to the chat. Look over.
Yeah, thank you.
You're welcome, man. Shako, if you're still there, howdy, howdy, howdy. Donna Murphy, welcome. Good to see you again. Esther's here. Hey, Esther. Afro-atheist. By the way, I just want to let you know that you can join the room anytime you like. I'll just throw that up there. Hold on. Excuse me. So yeah, you can just join. If you want to join by phone from the UK or any other country outside North America, there is a number to call. You'd have to go into the description below to get the link for all the numbers of all the countries that you can call from. But if you're on Google Meet, hey, what? If you're on Google Meet, excuse my distraction here. Something's not looking right. Oh, there we go. Let me just make it a little prettier like that. There we go. All right, come on in and let's talk. So far today we have spoken about Shanny, the Christian, crazy, psychotic, murderous, threatening, cussing mother. Excuse for a mother. Sad excuse for a mother.
The person that she thinks that called was an atheist. So there's that.
It was G-Man. I think G-Man even has admitted it that it was him.
I don't know, but it is highly likely that it is somebody close to her. That's for sure.
Yeah, it was. It's
probably even within seeing distance. I mean, yeah.
No, it was definitely it was G-Man.
I mean, how do we?
I don't know back then when she was with this video that we just watched. She was back in Michigan. I think she's from Michigan. Where's Duluth in Michigan? I don't know. Wherever Duluth is, that's where she's from. Whatever state it's in. So that's what she's talking about. The Afro-atheist asks, have you all seen Shanny showing off her huge butt? I think she's trying to reach a new audience, the fatty community.
Duluth is a port city on Lake Superior, Minnesota.
Ah, Minnesota, sorry. So Duluth, Minnesota, not Michigan. All right, what the hell do I know? Yeah, Esther, come, let's talk about that. I think you're onto something. You know, because she was, I mean, there's a couple of fatties that she follows or reveres. And the one that I'm thinking about is one called Foodie Beauty, who she always seems to mention. I've never watched her or anything, but that she's a real fat chick. Anyway, Donna asked me, Sidney Winston, do you think he ever existed at all? He was a real person but not divine? Donna, I think that Jesus is a myth, never existed, wasn't a real person, nothing like that. Not divine, not real, just a myth, just made up. That's what I think.
I mean, furthermore, to add to what Sidney said, Donna, do you know any external source from the Bible that can corroborate, not collaborate, corroborate the existence of the character Jesus? Forget about the supernatural bullshit. The character itself. Do we know any Roman history writings saying that a character Jesus was crucified for whatever fucking reason, yeah, or anything like that, because you crucify somebody that allegedly for a specific people is a high profile person, that needs to be recorded, right? I understand that from the point of view of a Roman, yeah, he might be a piece of shit. There, that was the reason for crucifixion, right? Crucifixion was to show the worst of the worst, right? And that depicts the serious or how serious the Roman considered that he was worth nothing, if you get what I mean, right? So outside from Judaism, forget about Christianism, Judaism at that time, did the Jews, or okay, fuck it, anybody else, right, outside the circle of Jesus or the character of Jesus, have we got anything
outside of the Bible? No, nothing.
Oh, I know, but I'm just being rhetoric. Yeah, I know we don't have, but what I'm saying is that probably some people thinking that because it's in the Bible is by default true, or by default a real character, right? For example, are you telling me that a speaking burning bush is a real thing? You understand what I mean? So we are touching the realm of imagination here, right? Real fucking imagination, good imagination, I grant that, right? But
I would say you're absolutely wrong, because when I grew up with children's stories, there were talking animals everywhere. The rabbits would talk to the tortoises, and the foxes would talk to the cows, and it was a whole big conversation in English amongst all the animal species in my books.
Yeah, I truly respect Bart Ehrman. I truly respect.
I don't.
Right? I do. Right? Because he's not biased. He's trying to write.
Of course he's biased.
No, what I'm saying, no, because he's not Christian. He's not Jew. Right? He's just writing what the story. Bart Ehrman, yeah, Bart Ehrman.
He was a fundamentalist Christian.
Fine, but he's not now. Right?
He still thinks that Jesus existed, and he's wrong.
That's why I'm commenting about Emmett, yeah, because Donald mentioned that he said he thinks existed, right? But also Richard Carrier thinks that he was a myth. So, and they are two historians with PhDs, and that's the whole point about how credible that old book was, or the compilation of book that was, that nothing can be reliable. I mean, forget about the character, right? Forget about the character. If in the Old Testament at the beginning you say that somebody made something in 6 days, right, or a bunch of things in 6 days, and some of them need sun for it, as an example, and I think I've been going through this, but let's mention it, right? For argument's sake, because why mention Jesus when fucked up in the beginning, right? So the 4th day he allegedly made the sun. Oh, wicked, right? But how do you square 3 days on 3 consecutive 24 hours when we say hour in relation to a rotation of the planet using the sun as part of the equation, right? You cannot use day if you take the sun out. Yeah, right. We can use we don't even use days on Mars. We use souls, right? So you can imagine, right? So if you're gonna say 24 hours, fine, based on what is the 24 hours, right? Because we cannot add, or religious people cannot adapt or adopt current people cannot adopt a 24-hour system or a hour system on on an invention, because that means they're using our current knowledge that we understand there is a fucking sun, and we rotate 24 hours one cycle, right? That did not happen on the first 3 days. It's impossible, literally impossible. So with the question, forget about Jesus, forget about fucking Noah, forget about the plagues, forget about fucking everything. Start with the beginning. Where do you make those 3 days, right? And remember, he says day 1, day 2, day 3, right? In 24-hour cycles. So where is the 24-hour based on? What do they use? Your main man God, what did he use as 1 day? Right? He cannot use this. He cannot use the earth, because to use the earth, he has to use the sun. Right? Because if he says a 24-hour, first of all, another thing, did you know that you cannot have 24 hours if you're looking at it from outside the planet? Let's say, for example, if you are in the moon, right, and you're not looking at the earth, when would you know it's 24 hours? Right? If you're on the planet, you know, because you got light and darkness within the range of the 24 hours.
Mm-hmm.
But if you are in the moon, i.e. a supernatural character that does something from the outside to the inside, i.e. making a fucking ball, right? Call it earth, boom, right? There's no 24 hour there, because there's no, to me, or to the point of the maker, there's no relation of time, earth time.
Mm-hmm.
Right? You look at it from the outside. For example, the space station, right? The space station, International Space Station, right? They might go faster, right? Than the actual. They could see 3 fucking days in less than a day, because they're going faster, right? They're going around the Earth. Yeah, they're going faster than the rotation of the sun. Than the rotation of the planet.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So they got more days than the planet Earth. So that's they go around the Earth. They go how many more days? Sorry, I explained incorrectly. They go around the Earth 3 or 4 times in 1 day. So in their point of view, the rotation's got nothing to do with it. Right? If it makes any sense what I'm trying to say. Right? They are looking from the outside, seeing a ball spinning.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Or they're following it around, going around it. Right? Okay, so the rotation from somebody outside is meaningless. Right? You have to use another criteria. Right? Or if you look at it from from Mars, you won't see the fucking rotation of the 24 hours, because the sun is on the outside. Right? You only see black from your point of view, or you see light. You see the Earth as a single day, right? As a single spot.
Okay.
If you look at this shine here, and if Mars is pointing this way, it will always be shiny. It will always be a day in relation to Mars. Yeah, sure, Mars will move, right? But for it to complete a rotation, it could be fucking weeks.
That's just you preaching atheism. You're just taking what scientists tell you, and you're just parroting what they say with nothing underlying. It's just you're just taking what the scientists say and you're just regurgitating. You're no worse than you're like a religion. That's what atheism is. It's a religion.
Well, that's bullshit, but fine. Even if we treat science as a religion, it's more accurate than a fake religion, if you want to put it that way, right? Okay, because I can stand outside,
yeah,
and I can see the rotation.
Okay,
but if I stand in the moon,
yeah,
it will always be day, right? In relation to what I see.
All right. Can we come back to this? I just want to finish up with Bart Ehrman. If you were to ask Bart Ehrman, Dr. Bart Ehrman, sir, why do you really believe that Jesus actually existed? What do you think his best answer would be? Okay, tell you what. Let's ask Bart Ehrman. Dr. Ehrman, why do you think Jesus really existed? Why don't you think that Jesus is a myth, Dr. Ehrman?
In this book, did Jesus exist? I actually go into what we can actually say about him. I mean, for one thing, just speaking about the Apostle Paul, in an offhand comment, Paul tells us that he knows Jesus' brother, James, and he knows Jesus' closest disciple, Peter. He actually spent time with these people.
Have we got the answer?
And so it's quite obvious that Jesus.
Oh, his answer.
I mean, he had a brother.
I can give you my opinion on why he think Jesus exists. My humble opinion. You are muted.
And I'm muted. I really fucked that whole thing up big time. So I'm going to start it again. I know. It was... I thought it was going to be like the most perfect prank. But it's not even a prank. It's true. But now I've got to figure out what's going on with my...
multitasking.
With the speakers, all of a sudden I can't hear anything from someone. Maybe it's us. Let me check.
10 minutes.
Oh, wait, don't run away.
10 minutes. The boss has spoken. The almighty one.
10 minutes?
Yes, the boss has spoken. 2100 hours. About 13.
All right, speakers. That's weird, eh? Because where he's speaking, it was coming out of the wrong speakers. Anyway, maybe I just didn't share it with you. Hold on a sec. There we go. I think there. Okay. Now. Oops. We have. It's crazy. All right, there we go. I think that we can do it that way.
Right, before you press play, well, we can see him, right? Let me put a preface on this. He went to church. He wanted to be a priest, right? He went to the Bible Belt, right? He was raised as a Christian, right? And then he went to Christian schools and the whole shebang, right? So he's already got an idea that he's going to probably be a preacher, right? I don't know what he's going to say here. I've never seen this video, right? Now, he may have changed his mind by learning history. That's a possibility, right? Or at least he's got doubts.
Okay.
Right. So when he started looking at it as a historian, not as a Christian, as a historian, the shit, this doesn't work. It doesn't make sense. Right. Now he studied the ancient writings. Right. He's good at Greek.
Okay.
I'm not sure if he can speak Aramaic, but and Hebrew. I'm not sure.
He can
but
speak whatever he has to speak in order to become an expert on the subject. I'm pretty sure.
Okay, fine. No, totally cool.
Right.
Totally cool. So, but at the end of the day, what he's learning is what people wrote at that time. Right? Historians cannot physically prove the past. He actually has to look by what is being the evidence that was being written and what most likely be true by corroborating stories. right? So, if, for example, if the Chinese have been written about Jesus, then it's got a good case. Do you understand what I mean? If the Native American Indians that never went to Jerusalem, I'm being silly here, right? But somehow they knew about Jesus, then I would be impressed. I'm not talking about fucking people going from from England to bully the people in the Americas, right? I'm talking about before that. They wrote it down, right? Even the Neanderthals, even if they fucking write across, I will be impressed, right? Bottom line is that Bart Ehrman learned the story of what has been already written.
Oh,
right?
really? Okay, so if I were to tell you that Bart Ehrman relies on his evidence for the existence of Jesus from the Bible, would you believe me?
Correct. Yes.
And,
yeah,
and
because he has said so.
You'd accept that?
I don't accept that.
Okay, well, listen
I
to
don't
this.
accept that.
But Dr. Ehrman, how do you know that Jesus existed as a person?
Bring it on.
In this book, Did Jesus Exist? I actually go into what we can actually say about it. I mean, for one thing, just speaking about the Apostle Paul, in an offhand comment.
Right, is your OBS, hold on, is your OBS volume?
No, it's not.
Of the,
oh, maybe I'll gain it. Hold on a sec, you're right.
yes, gain. Put the gain on the OBS sideway.
Let me just see.
Tells us that he knows Jesus.
Okay, there we go. Filters. Here we go. We'll go back a bit.
Yeah.
Thinking about the Apostle Paul, in an offhand comment, Paul tells us that he knows Jesus' brother, James, and he knows Jesus' closest disciple, Peter. He actually spent time with these people. And so it's quite obvious that Jesus existed. I mean, he had a brother.
See? Absolute stupidity. It's quite obvious Jesus existed. He had a brother.
No.
That's exactly what he said.
Yeah, no, but there is also a ring.
No.
There's also a ring in the
ring. Nobody mentioned
no.
the ring.
There's also a ring. There's also a ring,
Nobody,
a real ring.
But he never mentioned the ring.
No. Listen, I'm being sarcastic. There's also a ring on the Lord of the Rings, because it says it there. Yeah, Frodo held the ring.
But we're talking about Bart Ehrman here.
I know, but Bart
Ehrman. We're talking about a different fiction. We're talking about.
I've been totally sarcastic. Well, the bottom line is that he's here saying
this is what
the Bible.
Bart Ehrman actually said. He says he believes that Jesus existed because he had a brother.
because Paul said he had a brother.
But Paul said, where does he find that? Where does Paul say he had a brother?
No, it doesn't matter. It's a character in the Bible.
Where in Bart Ehrman's reading did he read that Paul said that Jesus had a brother?
No, that Paul met James, the brother.
Where did he read? How does he know that? And how does he know that James is the brother? Other than that, he says
Right. First of all, they're half brothers at best.
I'm going to play this again because you guys have to listen to it. I don't know. Maybe I'm hearing things that you guys are missing, but I want to play it again. Let me do something with the filtering here with the auto. I'm going to turn up the gain as high as I can, and that's the best I can do, man. Listen.
This book, Did Jesus Exist? I actually go into what we can actually say about him. No. Paul.
You cannot quote the Bible to corroborate the Bible.
No, I didn't say that. I just said he was. Let's listen to him because
the secular argument.
No. now you really fucked me up.
Put me on.
You don't understand what I'm doing here. I have to up the gain to its maximum in order to listen to this guy. If you interrupt, or if I interrupt, or if somebody else speaks, it sounds like the speaker's blowing up, I'm sure. So if I could implore you to keep silent, I'll do the same thing until this clip is done, and then we can address the flaws or whatever it is you want to address, okay? But I need to be able to listen to the whole thing without interrupting, so that we've got a continuity to grab onto.
And did Jesus exist? I actually go into what we can actually say about him. I mean, for one thing, just speaking about the Apostle Paul, in an offhand comment, Paul tells us that he knows Jesus' brother, James, and he knows Jesus' closest disciple, Peter. He actually spent time with these people. And so it's quite obvious that Jesus existed. I mean, he had a brother.
Yeah, you see, that's pretty weak. Huh? Did you hear it? Did you catch it? You muted.
I got it.
All right. So that's the biggest lot of bullshit I've ever heard about Jesus' existence, and it comes from the man Bart Ehrman himself.
As I said, I'm going to give you the analogy.
Yeah, now it's okay because
sorry. That's like saying that Frodo existed because he held the ring, and people around him, what's his name? The king.
I never saw it, so I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, sorry. Okay, well, there's mythical characters, right?
I stopped. Listen, I stopped reading mythicism when I stopped reading the Bible.
Right. Well, I use it as an entertainment value, not as a source of knowledge.
I don't find the Bible entertaining. I find it.
No, the Lords of the Rings are movies. Yeah, are movies.
Oh, Lord of the Rings.
Right?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Lord of the Rings. So I've been sarcastic using the Lord of the Ring and using a specific item, such as the most important item there is the ring. Okay. Right. The ring is all of it. Yeah, somebody really bad wanted to get the hold of the ring because that was the power. Okay. Right. But a simple peasant, such as Frodo, right? Yeah. That is a real character because we know because in the thing he existed there. That's what he's saying. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and the king met Frodo. Mm-hmm. The elves met Frodo, therefore existed. You see the analogy here? What he's saying, right? Okay. Yeah, and equating it as a real life, as a real people, right? That's a bad analogy. That's circular argument. That is saying that it is true because the characters in the Bible said so. You cannot get any more circular than that, right?
So
yeah, go on.
So Bart Ehrman is as circular as you can get that.
In this particular event, yes.
Yeah. Well, and he's the expert that you like. He's the you said you look up to Bart Ehrman. You said you like Bart Ehrman. I like Bart Ehrman because Bart Ehrman's a big fucking liar, and that's why.
I like somebody that's controversial, basically, right?
Yeah.
But I think all these type of people, right, either historians or whatnot, they tend to pick their niche, right? He doesn't believe that. I don't think he believes that God exists, right? But he can say that what Bart Ehrman is saying is that it was actually a physical person.
That's right.
Yeah.
And his reasons are
because Peter, because
an offhanded comment.
Paul.
An offhanded comment where I don't know what he's talking about, but Paul made an offhanded comment to Peter, or Peter made an offhanded comment to Paul. Something. That's his.
No, it's worse. It's because he's saying literally. He said, "Okay, Oscar, why do you think Jesus existed?" Oh, existed because Paul met the brother James.
That's right. There you go.
Do you see what I mean?
Yeah.
Right. So I'm an automatic authority of Jesus' existence. I'm not fucking historian. I'm just a fucking lorry driver, right? But as far as I'm concerned towards the world, I'm an authority because I know, because Paul said that met James, and James is a brother, and James said to Paul, "Yeah, my brother, my brother is the main man, yeah, and he's got two fucking holes in his hands."
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah, my brother and I are tight. Yeah. So
my brother's very well connected to his post.
Yeah, he's stubborn. He's well stuck in his ways. Right?
Yeah.
So yeah. But apart from that, as far as I'm concerned, it's all history with a big dab of mythology, right? And you got a big fucking bowl of bullshit, right? And people are making strands of that history and equating it as true. Yeah, and one strand of the equation of the, imagine you using a Jello or something, right? You pull it like that and says, yeah, this is Paul. Oh, and this is true because Paul said that James is his brother. Oh, wicked. Bravo. That's it. That's
as flimsy as
I know.
Flimsy.
I know.
And Bart Ehrman is hanging his hat on that.
Yes.
He's hanging his reputation on that.
But you see, the problem that most of these historians that use or cling into the history and myth or history, which is one of the things that William Lane Craig is adopting nowadays. With the last couple of 5 or 10 months, he's used that technique, right? He does. Listen, William Lane Craig, I've got it in my video. But with his own fucking mouth, he thinks that the first 11 chapters of Genesis is myth. And also Revelation is myth. So the beginning and the end is bullshit, but the middle is okay.
Okay.
That's what he's saying. Right?
All the truth is right.
All right, if you say so.
No, William and Kay said that.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, that was fucking golden. I even sent my clip, my link clip to Ken Ham, right, in his Twitter account. Yeah, I said, listen to what your main man is saying. Well pissed. Yeah, because he's saying, because what's his name? Ken Ham is a new age creationist, right? Yeah, that the Bible is literal. But when somebody with a higher authority, with a PhD, says that the Genesis book, the Genesis account is bullshit, i.e. myth for history, right? That's totally contradictory between two Christians. Never mind, forget about atheists. They cannot get their own bullshit right. Right? And the reason being is because William Lane Craig is trying to push his own agenda by making another book about myth or history, right? He wants his own niche, right? Probably into his old age, right? He go, listen, I don't give a shit now about Christianity, but let me invent this bullshit and make a strand of it.
Craig's a has-been. He's over. He's done.
Yeah, but that's why he changed now recently, using myth or history. Yeah, he's creating his own spin by saying that the beginning and the end didn't exist. It's just people's invention at that time. Can you imagine how detriment that is to the belief system? Right? To the first part is for the Jews, and the second part, which is the Old Testament or Revelation, is for the Christian, right? So they're saying that the beginning and the end. How the fuck can you say the beginning and the end is wrong, but the middle portion is okay? How do you square that one out? How can the middle be right when you say the above part if it's got myth? Seriously, I cannot fathom that. I cannot. You either being intellectually dishonest to your audience, or you're being honest, saying that the Bible is bullshit. Right? You're either saying the truth by saying that the book is myth, which I concur, right? Or you're lying to make money. It's one of the two, right? Either what you're saying is true or what you're saying is not true, or what you affirm. But anyway.
So I got some more entertainment for us.
If it's less than 3 minutes, it's fine because I need to go now. It's already 9 o'clock.
Okay, let me start it and let's see. It might be boring, I'm not sure, but let's start it and see what happens.
All the truthers are out here like freaking out right now. The world's gonna end. The world's gonna end. The world's going to end. And I'm like, dudes, calm the fuck down. Who cares? The world's gonna end. Who fucking cares? Why don't you fucking enjoy your life?
Okay.
Whatever life you have left, fucking enjoy it. Why are you freaking out that the end is nigh? Everyone knew this would eventually happen. Frick, Arnold Schwarzenegger, he said it in Terminator 2. It's in your DNA. You're programmed to destroy each other. We're programmed to destroy each other. I mean, look how much contention we have. We have groups here, groups there. We're all fighting. Black Lives Matter, White Lives Matter.
That bitch is
Blue
high
Lives
as a kite.
Matter.
She's what?
That bitch is high as a kite.
Oh, absolutely, always.
Yeah?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Panda Lives Matter. Fucking Dog Lives Matter. Fuck society. Let's fucking kill everyone. Lives Matter. You know, Muslim lives matter, Hindu lives matter, Buddhist lives matter, blah, 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 blah. What was my point? The point is, calm the fuck down, people. It's not like we don't. Just think of it this way. If I die in some awesome, massive fucking nuclear explosion, I'd rather die with my dignity in hand and just chilling the fuck out. Like, fucking really relaxing. I'd rather die in a relaxed state and not freaking out and watching the storm fucking coming. Trust in Jesus that he's going to be there for me if I die or not. I'm still going to see him at the end of the day.
Oh, you know.
And just fucking
Are you sure
relax.
about that, Shanny?
You
Are
guys,
you sure about that?
Seriously,
Yeah, that's called
need to relax.
Yeah.
Truthers, like, relax. Chill. Relax. Be zen. Be zen. We're all going to die someday anyway, be it cancer, old age, AIDS, you broke your hip, you know, a donkey kicked you in the ass so hard that it ruptured, you know.
Overweight, being a pig.
You know, some kind of vein and you're like spurting out blood or something. I don't know. But it's like, relax. Relax, people. It's like...
Listen to her. Listen to who's talking.
Just think of it this way. You know the end is coming. I know the end is coming. I don't really care anymore. I've gotten to the point where I've been thrown so much fear that it's like, whatever. I've hit rock bottom where I had completely nothing.
Yeah, I have now.
Yeah, like now. Right now I'm in rock bottom. I have fucking nothing. But that's okay, because the Lord is pulling me through my struggle. Mein Kampf.
I don't think your Lord can pull you.
What?
You're too fucking overweight to be pulled. Trust me.
She can be pushed through the. No, she can't be pushed through.
I don't think my crane can lift her. and I leave it at that. Right.
All right.
I'm gone, my man.
You taking off? I'm gonna carry on with this one. And
Yeah,
see
you
if
carry
anyone
on.
joins.
Carry on having the love.
All right. Enjoy the rest of the night.
Catch you later.
Take care.
My head? Well, this is my head. Mein Kampf. Anyway. I've only gotten 5 chapters through that book. It's a hard one to read. He always whines. It should be more like I whine. That should be what Mein Kampf should have been titled. I whine. Sorry, Hitler, but, you know, you whine. Anyway, where was I? Yeah, you truthers, calming down. You know, I know about all the conspiracies and how, you know, the government's going to take over, blah, 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 blah. You know, I've waited for my imminent doom for years now. Having the, you know, government kick in my door. What are you doing? Talking to myself in a camera. Freeze! You're under arrest for knowing things! I mean, whatever. I've been thinking that for a long time. It never happened. So I'm questioning if those conspiracies are actually true, since what was supposed to happen never really happened. I think you guys need to calm down. You guys are like, I gotta find numerology. Let's go to numerology. I know. 427... New Jersey's gonna be blown up by some nuclear bomb. Because I had a dream about it. Okay. Okay. I mean, if you want to go that way, fine, but I don't date set for anything. I'm not going to be labeled as a false prophet. I can only say, I had this dream, and I don't know if it's real or not, but this is what it is, da-da-da-da-da, because I know dreams are just dreams. Ooh, mwah, I love you. See you in a minute. So I'm not going to take what someone has in a dream as, you know, the gospel truth. I'm not going to have all these rumors and leaders and all this, like, saber rattling is what they like doing. Convict me to the point of being frightened where I'm not going to trust anyone and I'm going to stay in my house forever, not talk to people who actually care and love you. Yes, I know truthers who are like that. Who has one Jew that he talks to all night long, but ignores someone who actually has the Holy Spirit.
This chick is
and I'm just
talking
going to focus
crap.
on what's going on. I'm going to focus on all the waves. You know, there's this parable, you know, where Jesus is walking on the water, right? He's walking on the water. He's walking. Peter sees him and he's like, is that a ghost? Is that a ghost? Oh my God, it's a ghost. No, it turned out to be, he's like, wait, it's Jesus. So he like, you know, Jesus is like, come on, come. Okay. Chill out, phone. Anyway, phone, and Jesus is, you know, saying, come on, Peter, come on. Come on, Peter. You can walk on this water too. Come on, just focus on me. Focus on me. You can walk on water. You can walk on this big, stormy thing of water. But as soon as, you know, Peter looked away, he looked at the waves, and in your case, you're looking at the wars, and, you know, what the leaders are saying, and they're saber rattling, and you're drowning, you're sinking. You feel like it's the end. It's the doom when you could actually look at Jesus. You can actually look at Jesus and you'll finally have peace. Peace. Zen. Relax.
This is how drunk people talk.
Look at Jesus. When you see the wars coming, look at Jesus. When you're seeing, you know, people fighting with each other, look at Jesus. There's no point in looking at the storms. It's just going to cause you to sink.
Look at yourself.
Look for Jesus. Look up at him. focus on him.
How's it working out
and
for
he'll
you,
take
Shanny?
your hand up and you won't be drowning anymore. But as long as you're focused on these wars and these Alex Joneses, you're never going to have that peace. You're always going to have that sorrow. Those are the breaks, son.
This chick is
Anyway, I love you. Have a nice night.
Yeah, she's absolutely insane. Absolutely fucking nuts. How are we doing in the chat? Hillary's emails. Hey, how you doing? Welcome. Okay, guys, listen. We've been going for about over 2 hours. I'm quite happy to continue this chat now. If not, we'll just continue it later. But I'm going to get more into this this Shanny abuse, of her child. It's something I'm not going to let go until I see some response from the Shanny crowd, especially the supporters. How are they going to justify their support of Shanny, considering the way she spoke to her autistic child? And she does everything in the name of Jesus, everybody. Remember that. Remember how important that is. Okay, I'm not getting any feedback from anyone at all. Why is that? Where is my feedback? No. Alright, so what we'll do is, how do these playlists work? No fucking idea. No fucking idea. Alrighty. I think I crashed something here. Yeah, she's a sad, pathetic joke, isn't she? Oh, I'm crashing a program here. Why is that? Why is that, program? Why are you crashing? Alright, nobody's coming in. I thank you all in the chat for joining. Rebuke and reprove, yeah, you can come back later and you can chat about the Shanny vid. Might have more, might have others. But either way, it's going to be a catastrophe for Christianity, whatever it is that I bring up. Thanks everybody for watching. We'll see you next time, and it won't be that far away. Please like, please share, please subscribe. The most important thing is share and comment. Thank you.